Parts of speech. Why this matters. Before you can follow any grammar rule, you need to recognize the pieces. English words fall into 9 families. Each family does one job. Learn to name them and every explanation afterwards becomes easy. Noun. A noun names a person, a place, a thing, an idea, a living creature, a quality, or an action. Cowboy. Theater. Box. Thought. Kindness. Arrival. Verb. A verb describes an action or a state. Walk. Talk. Think. Believe. Live. Like. Want. Adjective. An adjective describes a noun. It tells us something about it. Big. Yellow. Thin. Amazing. Wonderful. Quick. Important. Adverb. An adverb usually describes a verb. It tells us how something is done, or when, or where. Slowly. Intelligently. Well. Yesterday. Tomorrow. Here. Everywhere. Pronoun. A pronoun stands in place of a noun, so that we do not have to repeat it. I, you. He. She. It. We. They. Conjunction. A conjunction joins 2 words, 2 phrases, or 2 clauses. But. So. And. Because. Or. Preposition. A preposition usually comes before a noun or a pronoun, and links it to another part of the sentence. On. In. At. By. With. Under. Through. Interjection. An interjection, or exclamation, is a strange kind of word. It often stands alone, it expresses emotion or surprise, and it is usually followed by an exclamation mark. Hello. Oh no. Ouch. Ha. Article. An article introduces a noun. The. An. 1 word, 2 families. Many English words belong to more than one family. The family depends on the job the word is doing in that sentence. I like water. Here water is a noun. I water the plants. Here water is a verb. 50 examples. 1. The cowboy rode into town. 2. Kindness costs nothing. 3. Her arrival surprised everybody. 4. The theater was full. 5. I keep my letters in a box. 6. A strange thought came to me. 7. We walk to school every day. 8. They talk for hours. 9. I think you are right. 10. She believes in hard work. 11. My grandparents live by the sea. 12. He wants a new bicycle. 13. It is a big house. 14. She wore a yellow dress. 15. That was an amazing concert. 16. This is an important decision. 17. He gave a quick answer. 18. The book was wonderful. 19. She drives slowly in the rain. 20. He answered intelligently. 21. You sing very well. 22. I saw him yesterday. 23. We are leaving tomorrow. 24. Sit here, next to me. 25. Dust was everywhere. 26. I am ready. 27. You are my friend. 28. He is a doctor. 29. She works in Rome. 30. It looks expensive. 31. We understand the problem. 32. They arrived late. 33. I wanted to help, but I could not. 34. It was raining, so we stayed at home. 35. Bread and butter. 36. I am tired because I slept badly. 37. Tea or coffee? 38. The keys are on the table. 39. She lives in Manchester. 40. The train leaves at 6. 41. This book was written by Orwell. 42. Come with me. 43. The cat is under the chair. 44. We walked through the forest. 45. Hello. Come in. 46. Oh no, I forgot my wallet. 47. Ouch. That hurts. 48. Open the door. 49. I need a pen and an envelope. 50. I like water, and every morning I water the plants. Remember. Nouns name. Verbs act. Adjectives describe nouns. Adverbs describe verbs. Pronouns replace nouns. Conjunctions join. Prepositions link. Interjections shout. Articles introduce. The same word can change family depending on its job.
Numbers and dates. Cardinal numbers. 0, 0 or O. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, up to 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, a million. The comma and the point. In English, the comma separates the thousands, and the point separates the decimals. This is the opposite of Italian. 1,250 is written 1,250. 3.5 is written 3.5. Ordinal numbers. Ordinals are formed by adding the suffix th to the cardinal number, with a few spelling exceptions. The first, the second, the third. The fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth, the 10th. The 11th, the 12th, the 13th, the 20th. The 21st, the 22nd, the 23rd. The 40th, the 100th, the 1000th, the millionth. Dates. A date uses the ordinal number, and it can be said in two ways. The 7th of May, 1995 is read the 7th of May 1995. May 7th, 1995 is read May the 7th 1995. Years. The year is never preceded by an article, and its digits are read in pairs. If the second pair is two zeros, say 100. The 21st of July, 1900 is read the 21st of July 1900. If the second pair is a number below 10, say 100 and. The 6th of December, 1905 is read the 6th of December 1905. Careful, the year 2000 is read 2000. 2001 is read 2001. Months and days. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Months and days of the week always begin with a capital letter. 50 examples. 1. I have 2 brothers. 2. She is 29 years old. 3. There are 7 days in a week. 4. The building has 15 floors. 5. He counted to 100. 6. 9 plus 3 is 12. 7. We invited 40 guests. 8. The ticket costs €80. 9. 8,000 people came. 10. The company employs 10,000 workers. 11. He won $1 million. 12. The population is 1,250,000. 13. The distance is 3.5 kilometers. 14. It weighs 2.75 kilos. 15. Write 1,000 not 1.000. 16. The temperature is 36.6 degrees. 17. This is my first day at work. 18. He came second in the race. 19. Take the 3rd street on the left. 20. It is the 4th time I have asked. 21. She sat in the 5th row. 22. Today is the 8th of March. 23. The 9th chapter is the best. 24. This is the 10th edition. 25. He lives on the 12th floor. 26. The 20th century was violent. 27. Her 21st birthday is tomorrow. 28. The 23rd of June is a holiday. 29. He celebrated his 40th birthday. 30. That was the 100th performance. 31. My birthday is on the 2nd of June. 32. The 7th of May, 1995. 33. May the 7th, 1995. 34. The 21st of July, 1900. 35. The 6th of December, 1905. 36. She was born in 1984. 37. He graduated in 2009. 38. The war ended in 1945. 39. We moved here in 2018. 40. The year 2000 changed everything. 41. January is the coldest month. 42. We go on holiday in August. 43. School starts in September. 44. December is a busy month. 45. The meeting is on Monday. 46. I never work on Sunday. 47. See you on Friday evening. 48. Wednesday is in the middle of the week. 49. Write Tuesday with a capital T. 50. My exam is on the 14th of February, 2026. Remember, the comma is for thousands, the point is for decimals. Ordinals add th, with exceptions, first, second, third. Years are read in pairs. 2000 is 2000. Months and days always take a capital letter. Regular plural nouns. The basic rule. Almost every English noun has a singular and a plural form. The plural is normally made by adding the suffix s. Cat becomes cats. Book becomes books. Friend becomes friends. Nouns ending in s, sh, ch, x, z, o. These nouns add es, because you need an extra syllable to pronounce them. Boss becomes bosses. Dish becomes dishes. Watch becomes watches. Tax becomes taxes. Buzz becomes buzzes. Potato becomes potatoes. Some nouns ending in o simply add s. Photo becomes photos. Piano becomes pianos. Radio becomes radios. Consonant plus y. If there is a consonant before the y, change the y into I and add es. Fly becomes flies. Baby becomes babies. City becomes cities. Country becomes countries. Vowel plus y. If there is a vowel before the y, simply add s. Day becomes days. Boy becomes boys. Key becomes keys. All the others. Everything else takes a plain s. Cat becomes cats. Table becomes tables. House becomes houses. 50 examples. 1. I have 3 cats. 2. These books are new. 3. My friends are waiting. 4. The tables are ready. 5. The houses are old. 6. We need more chairs. 7. The doors are locked. 8. Those flowers are beautiful. 9. The windows are dirty. 10. Both cars are red. 11. My bosses are very demanding. 12. Wash the dishes, please. 13. He owns 2 watches. 14. Taxes went up again. 15. The bees buzz in the garden. 16. I bought a kilo of potatoes. 17. The tomatoes are ripe. 18. They are the heroes of the story. 19. I took hundreds of photos. 20. There are 2 pianos in the hall. 21. Old radios still work. 22. The buses run every 10 minutes. 23. Put the boxes in the corner. 24. My glasses are broken. 25. We ordered 4 sandwiches. 26. Flies are everywhere in summer. 27. The babies are sleeping. 28. Italian cities are beautiful. 29. We visited 5 countries. 30. The parties finish late. 31. Ladies and gentlemen. 32. Those stories are true. 33. Puppies grow quickly. 34. The armies met at the river. 35. Days are longer in June. 36. The boys are playing outside. 37. Where are my keys? 38. Mondays are always difficult. 39. Journeys teach you a lot. 40. The valleys are green. 41. The trays are on the shelf. 42. The chimneys need cleaning. 43. 2 turkeys and a goose. 44. Donkeys are patient animals. 45. The alleys are narrow. 46. Toys are expensive at Christmas. 47. Highways connect the cities. 48. Our holidays start next week. 49. The essays are due on Friday. 50. Cats sleep, dogs bark, birds fly. Remember. Add s. Add es after s, sh, ch, x, z, and most nouns in o. Consonant plus y becomes ies. Vowel plus y simply adds s, days, boys, keys. Irregular plural nouns. Nouns ending in fe. Change the f into v, then add s. Knife becomes knives. Life becomes lives. Wife becomes wives. Nouns ending in f. Change the f into v, then add es. Half becomes halves. Wolf becomes wolves. Leaf becomes leaves. Shelf becomes shelves. Some do not change. Roof becomes roofs. Chief becomes chiefs. Belief becomes beliefs. Nouns ending in us. Change us into I. These words come from Latin. Cactus becomes cacti. Nucleus becomes nuclei. Stimulus becomes stimuli. Nouns ending in is. Change is into es. These words come from Greek. Analysis becomes analyses. Crisis becomes crises. Thesis becomes theses. Hypothesis becomes hypotheses. Nouns ending in on. Change on into a. Phenomenon becomes phenomena. Criterion becomes criteria. Vowel changes and complete changes. Some nouns change their vowel, some change altogether, some add a different ending. Man becomes men. Woman becomes women. Foot becomes feet. Tooth becomes teeth. Goose becomes geese. Mouse becomes mice. Child becomes children. Person becomes people. Ox becomes oxen. Nouns that do not change. Singular and plural are identical. Sheep. Deer. Fish. Aircraft. Series. Species. 50 examples. 1. There are 2 knives on the table. 2. Cats have 9 lives. 3. Their wives are sisters. 4. Cut the apple into halves. 5. Wolves hunt in packs. 6. The leaves fall in autumn. 7. The shelves are full of books. 8. The roofs of the houses are red. 9. The chiefs met yesterday. 10. His beliefs are very strong. 11. Cacti need very little water. 12. The nuclei of the cells divide. 13. Economic stimuli rarely work. 14. Our analyses gave the same result. 15. Both crises passed quickly. 16. The theses are in the library. 17. All the hypotheses were wrong. 18. Strange phenomena were reported. 19. What are the criteria for selection? 20. 2 men are waiting outside. 21. The men in the photograph are my uncles. 22. 3 women run this company. 23. Women live longer than men. 24. My feet are cold. 25. He has big feet. 26. Brush your teeth twice a day. 27. Her teeth are perfect. 28. Geese fly south in winter. 29. The geese woke the whole village. 30. There are mice in the cellar. 31. Mice are afraid of light. 32. The children are at school. 33. My children speak 3 languages. 34. Many people believe him. 35. Those people are my neighbors. 36. Oxen pulled the cart. 37. 1 sheep, 10 sheep. 38. The sheep are in the field. 39. We saw a deer in the wood. 40. The deer ran into the trees. 41. I caught 3 fish yesterday. 42. Fish sleep with their eyes open. 43. 2 aircraft landed safely. 44. The aircraft are on the runway. 45. He watches 2 series a week. 46. Several species are in danger. 47. This species is protected. 48. 1 child, 2 children, many children. 49. 1 person, 2 people, a lot of people. 50. 1 mouse, 2 mice, a house full of mice. Remember, FE and F become VS, knives, wolves. But roofs and chiefs. US becomes IS becomes ES. ON becomes A. Men, women, feet, teeth, geese, mice, children, people. Sheep, deer, fish, aircraft, series, species never change. Countable and uncountable nouns. 2 kinds of noun. English divides nouns into 2 groups, countable nouns, which you can number, and uncountable nouns, which you cannot. Countable nouns. These are nouns you can count. They have a plural. When singular, they are usually preceded by A or AN. There are 2 books on the table. There is an elephant in my car. Pen, table, car, idea, answer, class, exam, shoe. Uncountable nouns. These are nouns you cannot count, like rice or water. They have only a singular form. When they stand alone they are preceded by some ANY or NO. Could I have some water, please? I would like rice with my steak. There is no bread left. Uncountable nouns are usually substances, especially food and drink, that cannot easily be counted: sand, water, bread, cheese, air, grass. Or they are abstract ideas: education, intelligence, nature, space, entertainment, literature, clothing, soap. How to count the uncountable. Sometimes you need to give a quantity. Use a measure word. A bar of chocolate. 2 loaves of bread. 3 slices of meat. Some common measure words. Bar for chocolate and soap. Cube for sugar and ice. Game for tennis, football and cards. Glass for wine, beer, water and juice. Piece for advice, information, clothing, furniture and machinery. Why it matters. You need this distinction in order to use the articles correctly, to form the plural correctly, and to choose between much and many. Many books. Much water. How many chairs? How much furniture? 50 examples. 1. There are 2 books on the table. 2. There is an elephant in my car. 3. I need a pen. 4. She asked 3 questions. 5. Give me an answer. 6. We have an exam tomorrow. 7. These shoes are new. 8. He had a good idea. 9. Our class starts at 9. 10. 4 cars are parked outside. 11. Could I have some water, please? 12. I would like rice with my steak. 13. There is bread in the kitchen. 14. We need more cheese. 15. The air is fresh this morning. 16. The grass needs cutting. 17. Sand got into my shoes. 18. Education changes everything. 19. Intelligence is not enough. 20. He studies English literature. 21. There is no time. 22. I have no money. 23. Do you have any milk? 24. She gave me some advice. 25. We bought new furniture. 26. The machinery is very old. 27. He needs warm clothing. 28. Buy a bar of soap. 29. I ate a bar of chocolate. 30. 2 cubes of sugar, please. 31. Put some ice in my glass. 32. We played a game of tennis. 33. They watched a game of football. 34. Shall we have a game of cards? 35. A glass of wine, please. 36. He drank 2 glasses of water. 37. Bring me a glass of orange juice. 38. That was a useful piece of advice. 39. I need one more piece of information. 40. She bought a beautiful piece of furniture. 41. How many chairs do we need? 42. How much furniture is there? 43. There are many students in the class. 44. There is much work to do. 45. Not many people came. 46. Not much sugar, thank you. 47. A few friends, a little patience. 48. Too many cars, too much traffic. 49. I have some questions and some information for you. 50. 2 loaves of bread and 3 slices of ham. Remember, countable nouns take a plural and the article a or an. Uncountable nouns are always singular and take some, any or no. Count the uncountable with a measure word, a piece of advice. Many for countable, much for uncountable. The Saxon genitive. What it is. The Saxon genitive is the usual English way of showing possession, above all when the owner is a person or an animal. The structure is simple, owner, then apostrophe s, then the thing owned, with no article before it. My brother's car is red. When to use it. With a person or an animal. My brother's car is red. With a country or a city. London's squares are large. With adverbs of time. Today's match is at 4 o'clock. With expressions of distance and weight. It is a 700 kilometers journey. With indefinite pronouns. Everyone's body temperature is 37 degrees. When the owner ends in s. If the owner already ends in s, you may add only the apostrophe. It is a 700 kilometers journey. The student's books are heavy. When there is more than one owner. If the possession is shared, add apostrophe s only to the last owner. John and Mary's parents are in Sweden. They are the parents of both. If the possession is separate, add apostrophe s to each owner. John's and Mary's parents are in Sweden. 2 different sets of parents. The missing noun. Certain nouns are usually left out when they are the thing possessed: house, restaurant, shop, store, hospital, church, cathedral, office. She is going to Bob's. She is going to Bob's house. Where is the nearest chemist's? We visited St. Paul's. 4 objects, use of. When the owner is a thing rather than a person, English normally prefers of. The door of the car. The end of the film. The name of the street. 50 examples. 1. My brother's car is red. 2. Anna's birthday is in June. 3. The teacher's desk is empty. 4. My father's name is Luigi. 5. The doctor's advice was clear. 6. The dog's bowl is empty. 7. The cat's eyes shone in the dark. 8. The horse's leg was injured. 9. London's squares are large. 10. Rome's traffic is terrible. 11. Italy's coastline is very long. 12. Paris's museums are famous. 13. Today's match is at 4 o'clock. 14. Yesterday's newspaper is on the chair. 15. Tomorrow's weather looks good. 16. Last week's meeting was useless. 17. It is a 700 kilometers journey. 18. He took a week's holiday. 19. That is 2 hours work. 20. She bought £1 worth of sweets. 21. Everyone's body temperature is 37 degrees. 22. Somebody's umbrella is by the door. 23. It is nobody's fault. 24. Anybody's guess is as good as mine. 25. The students' books are heavy. 26. My parents' house is in the country. 27. The girls' school closed in June. 28. The workers' rights are protected. 29. Charles' office is on the second floor. 30. The children's toys are everywhere. 31. The men's changing room is downstairs. 32. The women's team won the cup. 33. The people's choice was clear. 34. John and Mary's parents are in Sweden. 35. Tom and Lisa's wedding is in May. 36. John's and Mary's parents are in Sweden. 37. Peter's and Paul's cars are both blue. 38. She is going to Bob's. 39. Where is the nearest chemist's? 40. We visited St. Paul's. 41. I bought it at the butcher's. 42. He spent the night at his aunt's. 43. Let us meet at the baker's. 44. The door of the car is open. 45. The end of the film is sad. 46. The name of the street is Via Roma. 47. The roof of the house needs repair. 48. The beginning of the book is slow. 49. Whose bag is this? It is Anna's. 50. This is my sister's friend's dog. Remember. Owner, '(s), thing owned, no article. If the owner ends in s, the apostrophe alone is enough. Shared possession, '(s) on the last owner only. For objects prefer of, the door of the car. The verb be. The four forms of the sentence. Affirmative, subject, then be, then the rest. Mark is American. Negative, subject, then be, then not. Mark is not American. Interrogative, be, then the subject. Is Mark American? Interrogative negative, contracted be and not, then the subject. Isn't Mark American? Present. I am. You are. He is. She is. It is. We are. You are. They are. Negative, I am not. You are not. He is not. We are not. They are not. Question, am I? Are you? Is he? Are we? Are they? Contracted forms. I'm. You're. His. She's. It's. We're. They're. I'm not. You're not, or you aren't. He's not, or he isn't. We're not, or we aren't. They're not, or they aren't. The full form belongs mainly to written English. The contracted form belongs to speech. Careful, the spoken contraction of I not is aren't I. Past. I was. You were. He was. She was. It was. We were. You were. They were. Negative, I was not, I wasn't. You were not, you weren't. Question, was I? Were you? Was he? Were they? Past participle. The past participle of be is been. I have been to London. 50 examples. 1. Mark is American. 2. I am a teacher. 3. You are my friend. 4. She is very tall. 5. It is cold today. 6. We are late. 7. They are in the garden. 8. I'm from Naples. 9. You're always right. 10. He's 20 years old. 11. She's a nurse. 12. It's Friday. 13. We're ready. 14. They're French. 15. Mark is not American. 16. I am not tired. 17. You are not alone. 18. He is not at home. 19. It is not important. 20. We are not late. 21. They are not here. 22. I'm not hungry. 23. He isn't at school. 24. She isn't Spanish. 25. It isn't easy. 26. We aren't ready. 27. They aren't Italian. 28. Is Mark American? 29. Am I late? 30. Are you a student? 31. Is he your brother? 32. Is she at work? 33. Are we early? 34. Are they your books? 35. Isn't Mark American? 36. Aren't I lucky? 37. Isn't she beautiful? 38. Aren't they friends? 39. I was at home yesterday. 40. You were very kind. 41. He was born in Rome. 42. She was my teacher. 43. It was a long day. 44. We were students together. 45. They were at the cinema. 46. I wasn't there. 47. He wasn't ready. 48. They weren't happy. 49. Were you at the party? 50. I have been to London 3 times. Remember. I am. He, she, it is. You, we, they are. Past, I, he, she, it was. You, we, they were. For questions, put be before the subject. Aren't I is the spoken question form. The past participle is been. The verb have, got. 2 uses, 2 behaviors. Have has 2 lives in English. When it means to possess, it can take the reinforcement got. When it means anything else, it cannot. Possession, have got. Affirmative, Mark has got a car. Negative, Mark hasn't got a car. Interrogative, has Mark got a car? Interrogative negative, hasn't Mark got a car? In the negative, the question and the negative question of the present, got is always required. The forms. I have got. You have got. He has got. She has got. It has got. We have got. You have got. They have got. Contracted, I've got. You've got. He's got. She's got. It's got. We've got. They've got. Negative, I haven't got. He hasn't got. They haven't got. Careful, he's got means he has got, not he is got. Not possession, plain have. When have means to take, to eat, to experience, to enjoy, it never uses got, and the negative and the question are built with the auxiliaries do, does, and did. I have a shower every morning. I don't have lunch at 12. Does she have breakfast alone? Did you have a nice flight? Have to means must. When have is followed by the preposition to, it means obligation. I have to go now. She has to work on Saturday. The past. Got is not used in the past. There is only had. I had a car. I didn't have a car. Did you have a car? The past participle of have is had. 50 examples. 1. Mark has got a car. 2. I have got 2 sisters. 3. I've got a headache. 4. I've got blue eyes. 5. You've got a nice house. 6. You've got my number. 7. He's got a new job. 8. He's got long hair. 9. She's got a dog and a cat. 10. She's got green eyes. 11. It's got 4 wheels. 12. We've got a big garden. 13. We've got no time. 14. They've got 3 children. 15. They've got a house in Spain. 16. Mark hasn't got a car. 17. I haven't got any money. 18. You haven't got much time. 19. He hasn't got a job. 20. She hasn't got a phone. 21. We haven't got any milk. 22. They haven't got children. 23. Has Mark got a car? 24. Have you got a pen? 25. Have you got the keys? 26. Has he got a sister? 27. Has she got time? 28. Have they got a garden? 29. Hasn't Mark got a car? 30. Haven't you got a coat? 31. Yes, I have. No, I haven't. 32. Yes, she has. No, she hasn't. 33. I have a shower every morning. 34. We have dinner at 8. 35. She has a good time at parties. 36. They have a meeting on Monday. 37. I don't have lunch at 12. 38. He doesn't have breakfast. 39. We don't have problems. 40. Does she have breakfast alone? 41. Do you have a moment? 42. Did you have a nice flight? 43. Did they have a good holiday? 44. I have to go now. 45. She has to work on Saturday. 46. We had a car when we lived in Rome. 47. He had a difficult childhood. 48. I didn't have a bicycle. 49. Did you have any luck? 50. I have had enough. Remember, have got is possession, and only in the present. Questions and negatives with got need no do. Has he got, hasn't he got? Plain have, for actions, uses do, does and did. Have to means must. In the past, only had. Present simple, formation. Two forms only. The present simple is one of the commonest tenses in English, and it has only two forms, the base form and the base form plus s. I sing. You sing. He sings. She sings. It sings. We sing. You sing. They sing. In other words, only the third person singular adds an s. He, she, and it. Nobody else. The spelling of the s. With most verbs, simply add s. After the sounds s, sh, ch, x, and z, add es. He kisses. She wishes. He watches. She mixes. She buzzes. After o, add es. He goes. She does. After a consonant plus y, change the y into I and add es. It flies. She studies. He carries. After a vowel plus y, simply add s. He plays. She buys. He says. When we use it. The present simple has two great uses. Habits, actions that happen regularly, every day, every year. Mike goes to class every day. It rains a lot in Milan. Sheila always talks about you. Bob spends Christmas with us. States, things that do not change often, opinions and conditions. George lives in Florida. Mary has green eyes. Martin likes chocolate. And believes in God. It is not the tense of this precise moment. That is another tense. 50 examples. 1. I sing in the shower. 2. You sing beautifully. 3. He sings in a choir. 4. She sings every Sunday. 5. We sing together. 6. They sing very loudly. 7. I work in a bank. 8. You work too hard. 9. He works in a hospital. 10. She works from home. 11. We work on Saturdays. 12. They work in the same office. 13. He kisses his mother goodbye. 14. She wishes she were taller. 15. He watches the news every night. 16. She mixes the flour and the eggs. 17. The insect buzzes around the lamp. 18. He goes to work by bus. 19. She does her homework in the evening. 20. It does not matter. 21. Time flies. 22. She studies medicine. 23. He carries a heavy bag. 24. The baby cries at night. 25. She tries very hard. 26. He plays the piano. 27. She buys bread every morning. 28. He says the same thing every day. 29. It stays open until midnight. 30. She enjoys her work. 31. Mike goes to class every day. 32. It rains a lot in Milan. 33. Sheila always talks about you. 34. Bob spends Christmas with us. 35. We visit our grandparents on Sunday. 36. The shop opens at 9. 37. The train leaves at 6:30. 38. She walks to school. 39. He smokes too much. 40. They travel every summer. 41. George lives in Florida. 42. Mary has green eyes. 43. Martin likes chocolate. 44. And believes in God. 45. I know the answer. 46. She understands 3 languages. 47. He owns 2 houses. 48. Water boils at 100 degrees. 49. The sun rises in the east. 50. Cats sleep 16 hours a day. Remember. Only he, she, and it add the s. Kisses, wishes, watches, mixes, goes, flies, studies. But plays, buys, says. The present simple is for habits and for states, never for this exact moment. Present simple, negative and questions. The auxiliary. In the present simple, negatives and questions are built with the auxiliary do. Do goes with I, you, we, and they. Does goes with he, she, and it. The negative. Put don't or doesn't in front of the base form of the verb. I don't work. You don't work. He doesn't work. She doesn't work. It doesn't work. We don't work. You don't work. They don't work. Only the third person singular takes doesn't. Everybody else takes don't. The golden rule. When does appears, the main verb loses its s. He works, but he doesn't work. She lives here, but does she live here? The s has moved on to the auxiliary. Never say he doesn't works. The question. Put do or does in front of the subject. Do I work? Do you work? Does he work? Does she work? Does it work? Do we work? Do they work? Short answers. Repeat the auxiliary, never the main verb. Do you work here? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Does he live here? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. WH questions. Questions with what, where, why, when, which and who are made by placing the question word at the beginning of the interrogative sentence. They work. Do they work? Why do they work? You study. Do you study? What do you study? She drives. Does she drive? Which car does she drive? 50 examples. 1. I don't work on Saturday. 2. I don't like coffee. 3. I don't understand. 4. I don't have time. 5. I don't smoke. 6. You don't listen to me. 7. You don't need a ticket. 8. You don't look well. 9. We don't go out on Monday. 10. We don't have a car. 11. They don't like the new teacher. 12. They don't live near us. 13. He doesn't work here. 14. He doesn't speak Italian. 15. He doesn't eat meat. 16. He doesn't want to come. 17. She doesn't live in London. 18. She doesn't drive. 19. She doesn't watch television. 20. She doesn't know the answer. 21. It doesn't matter. 22. It doesn't work. 23. It doesn't rain much here. 24. Do I know you? 25. Do you speak English? 26. Do you like Italian food? 27. Do you work on Sunday? 28. Do we start at 9? 29. Do they need help? 30. Does he live here? 31. Does he play the guitar? 32. Does she work with you? 33. Does she speak French? 34. Does it hurt? 35. Does it cost a lot? 36. Yes, I do. No, I don't. 37. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. 38. Yes, they do. No, they don't. 39. Why do they work? 40. What do you study? 41. Which car does she drive? 42. Where do you live? 43. When does the film start? 44. How does it work? 45. How much does it cost? 46. Who does he work for? 47. What time does the shop open? 48. Why doesn't she answer? 49. Where do your parents live? 50. What does this word mean? Remember. Do for I, you, we, they. Does for he, she, it. When the auxiliary appears, the main verb loses its s. Short answers repeat the auxiliary. Yes, I do. No, he doesn't. The question word comes first. Why do they work? WH questions. What they are. A WH question asks for information, not for a yes or a no. It begins with an interrogative word, and almost all of these words begin with the letters W and H. What for things. Where for places. When for time. WHY for reasons. Which for a choice between known possibilities. WHO for people, as the subject. Whom for people, as the object, in formal English. Whose for possession. How for manner. It has no W at the beginning, but it belongs to the family. How to build one. Start from the affirmative sentence. Turn it into a normal question. Then put the WH word at the beginning. They work. Do they work? Why do they work? You study. Do you study? What do you study? She drives. Does she drive? Which car does she drive? The order never changes. Question word, auxiliary, subject, main verb. The verb be needs no auxiliary. With be, simply invert the subject and the verb, then add the question word. You are late. Are you late? Why are you late? She is a doctor. Is she a doctor? Where is she a doctor? When who is the subject? If the question word is itself the subject of the sentence, no auxiliary is used, and the word order does not change. Somebody called you. Who called you? Something happened. What happened? Compare. Who broke the window? Asks about the subject. Who did you see? Asks about the object. How with an adjective or an adverb. How joins forces with other words. How old, how far, how long, how tall, how often, how much, how many. 50 examples. 1. What do you want? 2. What does this word mean? 3. What are you doing? 4. What is your name? 5. What happened yesterday? 6. Where do you live? 7. Where are my keys? 8. Where does she work? 9. Where did you go last night? 10. Where are you from? 11. When does the film start? 12. When did they arrive? 13. When is your birthday? 14. When do the shops close? 15. Why do they always complain? 16. Why are you late? 17. Why did she leave? 18. Why doesn't he answer? 19. Why is the door open? 20. Which car does she drive? 21. Which one do you prefer? 22. Which day suits you best? 23. Which of these books is yours? 24. Who is that man? 25. Who called you? 26. Who broke the window? 27. Who lives in that house? 28. Who wants some tea? 29. Who did you see at the party? 30. Whom did you invite? 31. To whom should I speak? 32. Whose bag is this? 33. Whose car is parked outside? 34. Whose idea was it? 35. How are you? 36. How does it work? 37. How did you find us? 38. How do you spell your name? 39. How old is your brother? 40. How far is the station? 41. How long does the journey take? 42. How tall is that building? 43. How often do you travel? 44. How much does it cost? 45. How many people are coming? 46. What time does the train leave? 47. What kind of music do you like? 48. Where were you born? 49. Who are those children? 50. What are you thinking about? Remember. Question word, auxiliary, subject, verb. With be, no auxiliary, just invert. When who or what is the subject, no auxiliary at all, who called you? How works with other words, how old, how far, how often, how much. Present continuous formation. What it is. The present continuous, also called the present progressive, describes an action that is happening at this precise moment, or an action already arranged for the future. Two components. Take the present simple of the verb be and add the ing form of the main verb. I am working. You are working. He is working. She is working. It is working. We are working. You are working. They are working. How to make the ing form. With most verbs, simply add ing to the base form. Go becomes going. Say becomes saying. Read becomes reading. One vowel plus one consonant, double the consonant, then add ing. Swim becomes swimming. Get becomes getting. Run becomes running. Sit becomes sitting. One vowel plus one consonant plus a silent e, remove the e, then add ing. Come becomes coming. Live becomes living. Make becomes making. Write becomes writing. Careful, be becomes being, see becomes seeing, and lie becomes lying. Contracted forms. In speech, be is contracted. I'm working. You're working. He's working. She's working. We're working. They're working. Careful, his working means he is working, not he has working. 50 examples. 1. I am working. 2. I'm reading a book. 3. I'm listening to you. 4. I'm learning English. 5. I'm waiting for the bus. 6. You are talking too much. 7. You're driving too fast. 8. You're making a mistake. 9. You're wearing my jacket. 10. He is sleeping. 11. He's watching television. 12. He's writing a letter. 13. He's coming home tomorrow. 14. She is cooking dinner. 15. She's studying for her exam. 16. She's living in Berlin this year. 17. She's wearing a red dress. 18. It is raining. 19. It's getting dark. 20. It's snowing in the mountains. 21. It's working perfectly. 22. We are having lunch. 23. We're leaving on Friday. 24. We're staying at a small hotel. 25. We're building a new house. 26. They are playing in the garden. 27. They're arguing again. 28. They're traveling around Spain. 29. They're winning the game. 30. The children are running in the park. 31. The train is arriving now. 32. The sun is shining. 33. My father is repairing the car. 34. Somebody is knocking at the door. 35. The prices are rising. 36. He is swimming across the lake. 37. She is sitting by the window. 38. The dog is running after the cat. 39. I am putting the books on the shelf. 40. He is beginning to understand. 41. She is coming with us. 42. They are living abroad. 43. He is making coffee. 44. I am writing an email. 45. The baby is lying on the sofa. 46. We are seeing our friends tonight. 47. He is being very rude today. 48. I'm having a party next week. 49. She's flying to London on Monday. 50. What are you doing this evening? Remember, be in the present, plus the ing form. Swim, swimming. Come, coming. Lie, lying. His working means he is working. This tense is for now, and for the plan already fixed. Present simple or present continuous. The confusion. These two tenses are often confused, because both describe the present. But they look at the present from opposite directions. The present simple. The present simple is used for two kinds of thing. Habits, actions that happen, or do not happen, regularly. Every day, every year. Mike goes to class every day. Every day tells you it is a habit. It rains a lot in Milan. This means it rains often. Sheila always talks about you. Always tells you it is a habit. Bob spends Christmas with us. This implies he does it every year. States, things that do not change often. Opinions, conditions, qualities. George lives in Florida. This is a state, because it does not change. Mary has green eyes. The color of somebody's eyes does not usually change. Martin likes chocolate. When we like something, we usually like it always. And believes in God. Beliefs are states of mind that rarely change. The present continuous. The present continuous is used for two other kinds of thing. A temporary action happening now, something taking place at this very moment, which will stop later. John is winning the game. John is winning now, but the game is not over. It's raining outside. It is raining now, but it may stop soon. She's working in the library. She is there at this precise moment. Bob is spending Christmas with his parents. This year, now, but perhaps not next year. A definite plan for the future, something already arranged, usually in the near future. I'm playing football tomorrow. It is already arranged. He's leaving for Paris tomorrow. He has probably bought the tickets. The Olympics are taking place here next year. It is already decided. I'm having a party next week. Everything is organized. The test. Ask yourself, always, or just now? If the answer is always, use the present simple. If the answer is just now, or already arranged, use the present continuous. 50 examples. 1. Mike goes to class every day. 2. Mike is going to class right now. 3. It rains a lot in Milan. 4. It's raining outside. 5. Sheila always talks about you. 6. Sheila is talking to her mother. 7. Bob spends Christmas with us. 8. Bob is spending Christmas with his parents. 9. George lives in Florida. 10. George is living with friends this month. 11. Mary has green eyes. 12. Mary is having a bath. 13. Martin likes chocolate. 14. Martin is eating chocolate. 15. And believes in God. 16. And is thinking about her future. 17. I work in a bank. 18. I'm working from home today. 19. She teaches mathematics. 20. She is teaching a difficult lesson. 21. We live in Rome. 22. We're living in a small flat for now. 23. He plays the guitar. 24. He is playing the guitar upstairs. 25. They travel a lot. 26. They're traveling in Spain at the moment. 27. The shop opens at 9. 28. The shop is opening a new branch. 29. John wins every match. 30. John is winning the game. 31. Water boils at 100 degrees. 32. The water is boiling, turn it off. 33. The sun rises in the east. 34. The sun is rising now. 35. I never drink coffee. 36. I'm drinking tea this morning. 37. She wears glasses. 38. She is wearing a new hat. 39. He smokes 20 a day. 40. He is smoking in the garden. 41. My father works in a factory. 42. My father is working late tonight. 43. Children grow quickly. 44. The children are growing so fast. 45. I play football on Sunday. 46. I'm playing football tomorrow. 47. He leaves for Paris every month. 48. He's leaving for Paris tomorrow. 49. The Olympics take place every 4 years. 50. The Olympics are taking place here next year. Remember. The present simple, habits and states. Always, usually, never. The present continuous, now, and arranged plans. Bob spends Christmas with us, every year. Bob is spending Christmas with his parents, this year only. Past simple, regular verbs. One form for everybody. The past simple is one of the commonest tenses in English, and it is generous. The form is the same with every subject. No S, no exceptions. I worked. You worked. He worked. She worked. It worked. We worked. You worked. They worked. For regular verbs, add ed to the base form. A few verbs change their ending slightly. Verbs ending in E. Add only D. Live becomes lived. Date becomes dated. Close becomes closed. Arrive becomes arrived. Consonant plus Y. Change the Y into I, then add ED. Try becomes tried. Cry becomes cried. Study becomes studied. Carry becomes carried. If there is a vowel before the Y, simply add ED. Play becomes played. Enjoy becomes enjoyed. Stay becomes stayed. One vowel plus one consonant. Double the consonant, then add ED. This does not apply to W or Y. Stop becomes stopped. Unzip becomes unzipped. Plan becomes planned. Travel becomes traveled. But show becomes showed, and play becomes played. All the others. Simply add ED. Fill becomes filled. Boil becomes boiled. Work becomes worked. Watch becomes watched. 50 examples. 1. I worked all night. 2. You worked very hard. 3. He worked in a factory. 4. She worked for 10 years there. 5. We worked together. 6. They worked without stopping. 7. I lived in Rome for 5 years. 8. She lived alone. 9. The letter arrived yesterday. 10. He closed the door quietly. 11. We danced until midnight. 12. She smiled at me. 13. The film started at 8. 14. I tried to call you. 15. The baby cried all night. 16. She studied medicine. 17. He carried the suitcase. 18. They married in June. 19. The plane landed safely. 20. We copied the document. 21. I played the piano. 22. She enjoyed the concert. 23. They stayed for a week. 24. He obeyed the rules. 25. We prayed for good weather. 26. The car stopped suddenly. 27. He dropped his glass. 28. She planned everything. 29. We traveled by train. 30. They stopped talking. 31. I filled the bottle. 32. The water boiled quickly. 33. He watched the match. 34. She washed the dishes. 35. We opened the windows. 36. They wanted more money. 37. I needed help. 38. She answered the phone. 39. He listened carefully. 40. We waited for an hour. 41. The bell rang and the children shouted. 42. He remembered her name. 43. She thanked us for everything. 44. The company invented a new machine. 45. They painted the whole house. 46. I visited my grandmother on Sunday. 47. He offered me a job. 48. She refused the invitation. 49. We finished at 6 o'clock. 50. It rained all day and we stayed at home. Remember. Add ed, and the form never changes with the person. Verbs ending in e add only d. Consonant plus y becomes ied. Vowel plus y simply adds ed. One vowel plus one consonant, double the consonant. Stopped, planned. Past simple irregular verbs. The three most important. Be, have and do are the three irregular verbs you cannot live without. Be. I was. You were. He was. She was. It was. We were. You were. They were. Have. I had. You had. He had. She had. It had. We had. You had. They had. Do. I did. You did. He did. She did. It did. We did. You did. They did. Only be has two forms in the past. All the other verbs have one form for every person. The other irregular verbs. They fall into three families. Verbs that do not change. The past is identical to the base form. Cut becomes cut. Hit becomes hit. Fit becomes fit. Cost becomes cost. Put becomes put. Let becomes let. Shut becomes shut. Read becomes read, but the sound changes. Verbs that change their vowel. Only one letter moves. Get becomes got. Sit becomes Saturday. Drink becomes drank. Come becomes came. Sing becomes sang. Run becomes ran. Give becomes gave. Write becomes wrote. Meet becomes met. Sleep becomes slept. Win becomes won. Find becomes found. Verbs that change completely. The word becomes almost unrecognizable. Catch becomes caught. Go becomes went. Bring becomes brought. Buy becomes bought. Think becomes thought. Teach becomes taught. Take becomes took. See becomes saw. Make becomes made. Say becomes said. There is no rule. There is only memory and repetition. 50 examples. 1. I was at home yesterday. 2. You were very kind to me. 3. He was born in Naples. 4. We were students together. 5. They were late again. 6. I had a wonderful time. 7. She had a headache. 8. We had dinner at 8. 9. I did my best. 10. He did nothing all day. 11. I cut my finger. 12. The ball hit the window. 13. The shoes fit perfectly. 14. It cost a fortune. 15. She put the keys on the table. 16. They let us in. 17. He shut the door. 18. I read that book last year. 19. I got up at 6. 20. He got a new job. 21. She sat next to me. 22. We drank a bottle of wine. 23. He came home very late. 24. She sang beautifully. 25. The dog ran across the road. 26. He gave me a present. 27. She wrote 3 letters. 28. We met in Paris. 29. I slept badly last night. 30. Italy won the match. 31. He found his wallet. 32. They lost the game. 33. I spoke to the manager. 34. She broke her arm. 35. The bird flew away. 36. He caught the last train. 37. We went to the cinema. 38. She brought me flowers. 39. I bought a new car. 40. He thought about it for a long time. 41. She taught mathematics for years. 42. They took a taxi. 43. I saw him this morning. 44. She made a beautiful cake. 45. He said nothing. 46. We told them the truth. 47. The child fell down the stairs. 48. I left my keys at home. 49. She sent me a message. 50. He went, he saw, he won. Remember, be is the only past verb with 2 forms, was and were. Cut, hit, cost, put do not change. Get got, sit sat, drink drank, come came. Catch caught, go went, bring brought. Learn them one by one. Past simple, negative and questions. The auxiliary did. Negatives and questions in the past simple are built with the auxiliary did, followed by the base form of the main verb. Did is the same for every person. There is no complication. The negative, put didn't, or the formal did not, in front of the base form. I had a car becomes I didn't have a car. Formally, I did not have a car. You drank my beer becomes you didn't drink my beer. She went home becomes she didn't go home. Look carefully, the past has moved on to did. The main verb returns to its base form. Never say I didn't had. The verb be is the exception. Be never uses did. Addent, or not, straight after was or were. He was here yesterday becomes he wasn't here yesterday. They were in the park becomes they weren't in the park. The question. Put did in front of the subject. He brought his friend becomes did he bring his friend? They had a party becomes did they have a party? Again, be is the exception. Simply invert. You were here becomes were you here. She was sick becomes was she sick. Short answers. Did you see him? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Were you there? Yes, I was. No, I wasn't. WH questions. Place the interrogative word at the front of the question. The building fell down. Did the building fall down? Why did the building fall down? They lived in London. Did they live in London? Where did they live? The shop was open. Was the shop open? Why was the shop open? They were at home at 5. Were they at home at 5? What time were they at home? 50 examples. 1. I didn't have a car. 2. I didn't see anybody. 3. I didn't understand the question. 4. I didn't sleep well. 5. You didn't drink my beer. 6. You didn't tell me. 7. You didn't answer my letter. 8. He didn't come to the meeting. 9. He didn't say a word. 10. He didn't like the food. 11. She didn't go to school. 12. She didn't finish her work. 13. She didn't recognize me. 14. It didn't rain last week. 15. It didn't cost much. 16. We didn't know the address. 17. We didn't stay long. 18. They didn't play well. 19. They didn't invite us. 20. He was not here yesterday. 21. He wasn't ready. 22. She wasn't at home. 23. It wasn't my fault. 24. They were not in the park. 25. They weren't happy about it. 26. We weren't late. 27. Did he bring his friend? 28. Did they have a party? 29. Did you see the film? 30. Did you sleep well? 31. Did she call you? 32. Did it hurt? 33. Did we win? 34. Did they understand? 35. Were you here? 36. Was she sick? 37. Was it difficult? 38. Were they at school? 39. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. 40. Yes, he was. No, he wasn't. 41. Yes, they were. No, they weren't. 42. Why did the building fall down? 43. Where did they live? 44. Why was the shop open? 45. What time were they at home? 46. When did you arrive? 47. What did she say? 48. How did it happen? 49. Who did you meet? 50. How much did it cost? Remember. Did carries the past. The main verb returns to its base form. Never I didn't had. Always I didn't have. Be never uses did. He wasn't, were you? Short answers repeat the auxiliary. Yes, I did. No, she wasn't. Past continuous. What it is. The past continuous, also called the past progressive, describes an action that was happening at a particular moment in the past and was not yet finished. How to build it. Take be in the past and add the ing form of the verb. I was walking. You were walking. He was walking. She was walking. It was walking. We were walking. You were walking. They were walking. Was for I, he, she, and it. Were for you, we, and they. First use. One action inside another. The past continuous is normally used when one action began before another and finished after it. I was reading when he arrived. In other words, I began reading, perhaps at 7. Then he arrived, perhaps at 8. Then I finished reading, perhaps at 9. The reading surrounds the arrival. The long action takes the past continuous. The short action takes the past simple. Second use. At a particular hour. We use it for an action already underway at a specific time. At 5 o'clock, it was raining. It began to rain, perhaps at 4. It stopped later, perhaps at 7. At 5 it was already raining. Third use. Two actions at once. When two actions continue at the same time in the past, Both take the past continuous. While I was sleeping, she was working. We both began at 10, and we both finished later, perhaps at midnight. While and when. While usually introduces the long action. When usually introduces the short one. While I was cooking, the telephone rang. I was cooking when the telephone rang. 50 examples. 1. I was reading when he arrived. 2. She was cooking when I came in. 3. They were sleeping when the alarm went off. 4. He was driving when the accident happened. 5. We were eating when the lights went out. 6. I was walking home when I met her. 7. She was working when her son called. 8. He was crossing the road when the car appeared. 9. They were laughing when the teacher entered. 10. I was writing when the pen ran out. 11. At 5 o'clock, it was raining. 12. At midnight, we were still dancing. 13. At 8, I was having breakfast. 14. At 3 in the morning, everybody was sleeping. 15. This time last year, I was living in Spain. 16. Yesterday at noon, she was traveling to Rome. 17. At that moment, he was waiting outside. 18. While I was sleeping, she was working. 19. While he was cooking, I was setting the table. 20. While they were arguing, we were watching. 21. While the sun was shining, the children were playing. 22. While she was studying, her brother was making noise. 23. While I was cooking, the telephone rang. 24. While we were talking, he fell asleep. 25. I was cooking when the telephone rang. 26. We were talking when he fell asleep. 27. It was snowing when we left the house. 28. The birds were singing in the garden. 29. The traffic was moving very slowly. 30. Everybody was looking at her. 31. Nobody was listening. 32. He was wearing a black coat. 33. She was carrying a heavy bag. 34. They were standing at the bus stop. 35. The children were running in the corridor. 36. I was thinking about you. 37. She was smiling at somebody. 38. We were living in a small flat then. 39. He was working as a waiter that summer. 40. They were building the new bridge. 41. What were you doing at 10 o'clock? 42. Where were you going? 43. Who were you talking to? 44. Why was she crying? 45. Was it raining when you left? 46. Were they waiting for us? 47. I wasn't sleeping, I was reading. 48. She wasn't listening to the teacher. 49. We weren't expecting visitors. 50. They weren't playing, they were arguing. Remember. Was or were, plus the ing form. The long action is continuous, the short one is simple. At 5 o'clock, it was raining, already underway. Two long actions together, both continuous. Present perfect formation. The structure. Take the auxiliary have in the present, and add the past participle of the main verb. Have plus past participle. That is the whole formula. The forms. I have walked. You have walked. He has walked. She has walked. It has walked. We have walked. You have walked. They have walked. With the irregular verb eat. I have eaten. You have eaten. He has eaten. She has eaten. It has eaten. We have eaten. You have eaten. They have eaten. Only he, she, and it take has. Everybody else takes have. Contracted forms. The subject and the auxiliary contract. I've walked. You've walked. He's walked. She's walked. It's walked. We've walked. They've walked. Careful. His walked means he has walked. His walking means he is walking. The apostrophe hides two different verbs. The past participle of regular verbs. For regular verbs, the past participle is identical to the past simple. Add ed to the base form. Walk, walked, walked. Live, lived, lived. study, studied, studied. The past participle of irregular verbs. Irregular verbs form their past participle in many ways. They fall into families. Verbs that do not change at all. Cut, cut, cut. Hit, hit, hit. Fit, fit, fit. Put, put, put. Cost, cost, cost. Verbs that change their vowel. Sit, sat, Saturday. Sing, sang, sung. Drink, drank, drunk. Ring, rang, rung. Verbs that add en. Break, broke, broken. Eat, ate, eaten. Take, took, taken. Speak, spoke, spoken. Give, gave, given. Verbs that change completely. Catch, caught, caught. Bring, brought, brought. Teach, taught, taught. Buy, bought, bought. The negative and the question. Add not after have. Invert have and the subject for questions. No other auxiliary is needed. I haven't finished. He hasn't arrived. Have you finished? Has he arrived? 50 examples. 1. I have walked 5 kilometers. 2. You have walked too far. 3. He has walked home. 4. She has walked out of the room. 5. We have walked all morning. 6. They have walked in the rain. 7. I have eaten already. 8. She has eaten nothing today. 9. We have eaten at that restaurant. 10. They have eaten all the cake. 11. I've finished my work. 12. You've done enough. 13. He's arrived at last. 14. She's forgotten her keys. 15. It stopped raining. 16. We've decided to move. 17. They've sold the house. 18. I have lived here for 10 years. 19. She has studied English for years. 20. He has worked in 3 countries. 21. We have traveled a lot. 22. They have played together since childhood. 23. I have cut my finger. 24. He has put the money in the bank. 25. It has cost a fortune. 26. She has hit the wrong key. 27. I have sat here for an hour. 28. She has sung in 3 languages. 29. He has drunk too much. 30. The bell has rung twice. 31. He has broken his leg. 32. She has taken my umbrella. 33. We have spoken about it. 34. They have given us their answer. 35. The window has been broken. 36. He has caught a cold. 37. She has brought her sister. 38. He has taught for 20 years. 39. I have bought a new computer. 40. She has thought about it carefully. 41. I haven't finished yet. 42. He hasn't arrived. 43. She hasn't answered my email. 44. We haven't decided. 45. They haven't paid. 46. Have you finished? 47. Has he arrived? 48. Has she called you? 49. Have they left already? 50. He's walked home, and now he's walking the dog. Remember. Have or has, plus the past participle. Regular verbs, the participle is the same as the past simple. Cut, cut, cut. Sing, sang, sung. Break, broke, broken. Bring, brought, brought. His walked is he has walked. His walking is he is walking. Present perfect use. First use, started in the past, still going on. The present perfect is used for an action that began at some moment in the past and is still continuing now. He has lived in Canada for 5 years. He began 5 years ago, and he still lives there today. She has worked at the university since 1994. She began in that year, and she is still there. For is used with a period of time, for 5 years, for 2 hours, for a long time. Since is used with a precise moment, since Monday, since 1994, since I was a child. Second use, sometime in the past, we do not say when. Sometimes it matters that something has happened, but it does not matter when, or we do not know. I've already seen that film. I don't want to see it again. It does not matter when I saw it. Have you ever been to Germany? I only want to know whether you have been, not when. The adverbs already, yet, ever, never, and just live in this tense. They usually stand before the past participle. Third use, past action, present effect. The action happened in the past, but its consequence is felt now. Compare the two tenses. I've lost my keys. I still have not found them. I lost my keys yesterday. I have probably found them by now. She's broken her arm. The arm is still injured. She broke her arm. The arm has probably healed. The rules of thumb. The present perfect is used when the period of time is not yet over. I have seen 3 films this week. The week is not finished. The present perfect is used when no period of time is mentioned at all. Jerry has failed his exam again. The present perfect is used for recent news. Mary has just arrived in Rome. The present perfect is used with for and since. Greg has lived here for 20 years. Greg has lived here since 1978. 50 examples. 1. He has lived in Canada for 5 years. 2. She has worked at the university since 1994. 3. I have known him for a long time. 4. We have been married for 30 years. 5. They have waited for 2 hours. 6. I have studied English since I was a child. 7. She has had that car since 2010. 8. He has been ill since Monday. 9. We have lived here since the war. 10. It has rained since yesterday. 11. I've already seen that film. 12. She has already eaten. 13. They have already left. 14. Have you finished yet? 15. He hasn't arrived yet. 16. I haven't decided yet. 17. Have you ever been to Germany? 18. Have you ever eaten sushi? 19. Has she ever driven a lorry? 20. I have never been to America. 21. He has never told a lie. 22. We have never met before. 23. Mary has just arrived in Rome. 24. I have just finished my work. 25. The train has just left. 26. He has just called you. 27. I've lost my keys. 28. I lost my keys yesterday. 29. She's broken her arm. 30. She broke her arm last winter. 31. He has cut his hand, it is bleeding. 32. He cut his hand last year. 33. Somebody has taken my umbrella. 34. I have forgotten his name. 35. The taxi has arrived. 36. Prices have risen again. 37. I have seen 3 films this week. 38. I saw 3 films last week. 39. Jerry has failed his exam again. 40. Jerry failed his exam in June. 41. Greg has lived here for 20 years. 42. Greg has lived here since 1978. 43. Nothing has changed. 44. Everything has changed. 45. Have you had breakfast? 46. Has the postman come? 47. I have never understood mathematics. 48. She has traveled all over the world. 49. We have finished, we can go home. 50. He has gone to London, he is not here. Remember. For a period, since a precise moment. Already, yet, ever, never, just belong to this tense. The present perfect looks at the past and sees its effect now. If the time is finished and named, use the past simple instead. Can and could. What a modal verb is. Modal verbs in English lack certain moods and tenses, which are supplied by other verbs. They share 4 characteristics. They never change, no s in the third person singular. They need no auxiliary in the negative, the question, or the negative question. The verb that follows them is an infinitive without to. The only exception is ought. They are never followed by a direct object. Can expresses ability, meaning to be able to do something, or to know how to do something. He can swim but he can't play tennis. Can also expresses permission, in the sense of giving or receiving it. Can I use your computer? Can is usually less formal than may. Could expresses ability in the past. She could sing when she was young. Could also expresses permission, and it is more formal than can. Could I come to your party? Could is also used for a polite request, and for a possibility. Could you pass me the salt? It could rain later. The forms. Affirmative, I can swim. I could swim. Negative, I cannot swim, I can't swim. I could not swim, I couldn't swim. Question, can I swim? Could I swim? There is no infinitive and no participle. For the other tenses we use be able to. I will be able to swim. I have been able to swim. 50 examples. 1. He can swim but he can't play tennis. 2. I can drive. 3. She can speak 4 languages. 4. We can start now. 5. They can wait outside. 6. He can lift 100 kilos. 7. My sister can play the violin. 8. Dogs can hear things we cannot. 9. I can see the sea from my window. 10. You can do it if you try. 11. Can I use your computer? 12. Can I ask you something? 13. Can I come in? 14. Can we leave early today? 15. Can they bring a friend? 16. You can smoke in the garden. 17. You cannot park here. 18. He can't come tonight. 19. She can't remember his name. 20. We can't afford it. 21. They can't be serious. 22. I can't understand a word. 23. It can't be true. 24. She could sing when she was young. 25. He could run very fast as a boy. 26. I could read before I went to school. 27. We could see the mountains from there. 28. They could speak Latin. 29. Could I come to your party? 30. Could I have a glass of water? 31. Could I speak to the manager? 32. Could you pass me the salt? 33. Could you help me with this? 34. Could you repeat that, please? 35. Could you open the window? 36. It could rain later. 37. He could be at home. 38. She could be right. 39. That could be dangerous. 40. Anything could happen. 41. I couldn't sleep last night. 42. He couldn't find the address. 43. She couldn't hear us. 44. We couldn't get tickets. 45. They couldn't believe their eyes. 46. I will be able to help you tomorrow. 47. She has been able to walk again. 48. He was able to escape. 49. Nobody could explain it. 50. Can you swim? Yes, I can. No, I can't. Remember, modals never change and take no auxiliary. Can is ability and informal permission. Could is past ability and formal permission. Could also makes a polite request and expresses a possibility. For the missing tenses, use be able to. May and might. May expresses an eventuality, something that can happen. Your luggage may weigh up to 20 kilos. May expresses a future probability. I may go to Paris next week. May expresses permission, in the sense of giving or receiving it. It is usually more formal than can. May I smoke here? May expresses a wish. May you win. Might expresses very formal permission. Might I ask you a favor? Might expresses a probability. It is more remote than may. What might happen is less likely than what may happen. There might be a shuttle waiting for you. She may be asked to pay excess baggage. She might have missed the flight. The forms. Affirmative, I may go. I might go. Negative, I may not go. I might not go. There is no common contraction for may not. Question: may I go? Might I go? Might have, followed by a past participle, refers to a possibility in the past. She might have missed the flight. Perhaps she missed it, we do not know. 50 examples. 1. Your luggage may weigh up to 20 kilos. 2. The journey may take 3 hours. 3. This medicine may cause drowsiness. 4. Prices may change without notice. 5. The meeting may last all afternoon. 6. I may go to Paris next week. 7. She may call you this evening. 8. We may need more time. 9. He may accept the offer. 10. They may arrive before dinner. 11. It may rain tomorrow. 12. She may not come at all. 13. He may not know the address. 14. We may not have enough money. 15. May I smoke here? 16. May I ask your name? 17. May I come in? 18. May I see your passport? 19. May we sit here? 20. You may leave now. 21. Students may not use dictionaries. 22. May you win. 23. May you both be happy. 24. May he rest in peace. 25. Might I ask you a favor? 26. Might I make a suggestion? 27. Might I borrow your pen? 28. There might be a shuttle waiting for you. 29. She may be asked to pay excess baggage. 30. She might have missed the flight. 31. He might be at home, but I doubt it. 32. It might snow tonight. 33. They might not agree. 34. We might go to the sea, we shall see. 35. She might know the answer. 36. There might be a problem. 37. He might have forgotten. 38. She might have left already. 39. They might have taken the wrong road. 40. It might have been worse. 41. I might have said something stupid. 42. You might have told me. 43. He may be tired after the journey. 44. He might be tired, but he never complains. 45. The train may be late. 46. The train might be cancelled altogether. 47. I may see him tomorrow. 48. I might see him next year, who knows. 49. This may not be the right moment. 50. That might not be a bad idea. Remember, may is eventuality, probability, formal permission, and a wish. Might is a remoter probability, and a very formal request. Might have plus past participle, perhaps it happened. May not and might not have no everyday contraction. Will and would. Will. Will expresses goodwill, a request or an invitation. I'll wait for you. Will you come with me? Will offers something, usually followed by have and a noun. Will you have a cup of coffee? Will expresses intention, especially in the first person. I'll go shopping later on. Will expresses prediction, of 3 kinds. Specific, the match will start soon. Without a time reference, corrosion will ruin the structure of the building. Habitual, the news will be broadcast every 2 hours. The contracted form 'LL is very common. Would. Would expresses goodwill, a request or an invitation, more formally than will. Would you please do it for me? Would expresses probability. I hear a noise. That would be the cat in the kitchen. Would expresses willingness to do something. This is a formal use, common in commercial language. We should be pleased if you would send us your latest catalogue. 50 examples. 1. I'll wait for you. 2. I'll do it with pleasure. 3. I'll tell him you called. 4. I'll be there at 6. 5. Will you come with me? 6. Will you sit down, please? 7. Will you help me carry this? 8. Will you be quiet? 9. Will you have a cup of coffee? 10. Will you have a biscuit? 11. Will you have some more wine? 12. I'll go shopping later on. 13. I'll write to her tonight. 14. I'll never forget this day. 15. We'll do our best. 16. The match will start soon. 17. The plane will land in 10 minutes. 18. It will be dark before we arrive. 19. Corrosion will ruin the structure of the building. 20. Water will freeze at 0 degrees. 21. Accidents will happen. 22. The news will be broadcast every 2 hours. 23. He will always arrive late. 24. She'll sit for hours without speaking. 25. Would you please do it for me? 26. Would you mind closing the door? 27. Would you like some tea? 28. Would you care to join us? 29. Would you be so kind as to wait? 30. Would you excuse me for a moment? 31. I hear a noise. That would be the cat in the kitchen. 32. That would be his brother, I imagine. 33. It would be about 10 o'clock. 34. That would explain everything. 35. We should be pleased if you would send us your latest catalogue. 36. We would be grateful if you would confirm the order. 37. It would help us if you would reply by Friday. 38. I would rather stay at home. 39. She would prefer to travel by train. 40. He would never do such a thing. 41. They wouldn't listen to me. 42. The car wouldn't start. 43. The door wouldn't open. 44. She wouldn't tell me the truth. 45. I'd like a coffee, please. 46. He'd like to speak to you. 47. We'd love to come. 48. Would you like to see the menu? 49. I won't be long. 50. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Remember. Will, goodwill, request, invitation, offer, intention, prediction. Would, the same, but more formal, and probability. Will you have a cup of coffee is an offer. Would you please is the polite request. Shall and should. Shall. Shall is used only in the interrogative form, and only with the first person singular and plural. It has 3 functions. To make a proposal or a suggestion. Shall we go? To offer to do something. Shall I turn off the radio? This means, do you want me to turn off the radio? To ask formally for an opinion or for advice. Where shall I go? This means, where should I go? Should. Should is used to give suggestions, advice, and recommendations. She should quit smoking. You should go to the doctor. Should is used to make a reproach. You shouldn't behave like that. Should is used to make a supposition. The match should start in 1 hour. Should have. Should have, followed by a past participle, expresses a reproach or a regret about the past. The thing did not happen, and it ought to have happened. You should have told me. I shouldn't have said that. Ought to. Ought to has almost the same meaning as should, but it is the only modal followed by to. You ought to see a doctor. 50 examples. 1. Shall we go? 2. Shall we begin? 3. Shall we take a taxi? 4. Shall we meet at 8? 5. Shall we dance? 6. Shall I turn off the radio? 7. Shall I open the window? 8. Shall I carry your bag? 9. Shall I wait outside? 10. Shall I call a doctor? 11. Where shall I go? 12. What shall I do? 13. Who shall I ask? 14. How shall we tell her? 15. When shall we leave? 16. She should quit smoking. 17. You should go to the doctor. 18. You should rest for a few days. 19. He should apologize. 20. We should leave earlier next time. 21. They should be more careful. 22. You should read this book. 23. She should study harder. 24. Everybody should learn a second language. 25. You should not drive so fast. 26. You shouldn't behave like that. 27. He shouldn't speak to her like that. 28. She shouldn't work so hard. 29. We shouldn't have come. 30. They shouldn't be so rude. 31. The match should start in 1 hour. 32. He should be home by now. 33. The letter should arrive tomorrow. 34. It should not be difficult. 35. This should be enough. 36. You should have told me. 37. I should have listened to you. 38. She should have taken the earlier train. 39. We should have booked a table. 40. They should have called the police. 41. I shouldn't have said that. 42. He shouldn't have left her alone. 43. You shouldn't have spent so much. 44. You ought to see a doctor. 45. She ought to be more patient. 46. We ought to help them. 47. He ought to know better. 48. They ought to have arrived by now. 49. Should I say something? 50. What should we do now? Remember. Shall only in questions, only with I and we. Should gives advice, makes a reproach, expresses a supposition. Should have plus past participle. It did not happen, and it ought to have. Ought to means should, but it keeps the to. Don't have to and mustn't. The same in the affirmative. Have to and must usually mean the same thing, obligation. I have to go now. I must go now. Different in the negative. In the negative, they mean two completely different things. This is one of the great traps of English. Don't have to. Don't have to means that something is not necessary. You may do it if you wish. It is up to you. You don't have to pass the test. This means, it is fine if you pass the test, but it is also fine if you do not. Mustn't. Mustn't means that something is not allowed. It is forbidden, and you must absolutely not do it. You mustn't smoke in the classroom. This means, smoking is not allowed in the classroom. The test. Ask yourself, is it optional, or is it forbidden? Optional, don't have to. Forbidden, mustn't. You don't have to come. Nobody is forcing you. You mustn't come. You are not allowed. 50 examples. 1. You don't have to pass the test. 2. You don't have to come if you are tired. 3. You don't have to pay now. 4. You don't have to answer that question. 5. You don't have to wear a tie. 6. You don't have to shout, I can hear you. 7. We don't have to leave yet. 8. We don't have to book in advance. 9. She doesn't have to work on Saturday. 10. He doesn't have to sign anything. 11. They don't have to bring their passports. 12. I don't have to get up early tomorrow. 13. Children don't have to pay. 14. Members don't have to queue. 15. You don't have to like it, just do it. 16. You mustn't smoke in the classroom. 17. You mustn't touch that wire. 18. You mustn't tell anybody. 19. You mustn't be late again. 20. You mustn't park on the pavement. 21. You mustn't drink and drive. 22. You mustn't open that door. 23. We mustn't forget the passports. 24. We mustn't waste time. 25. She mustn't know about the surprise. 26. He mustn't lift heavy things. 27. They mustn't leave the building. 28. Passengers mustn't cross the line. 29. Children mustn't play near the road. 30. You mustn't take photographs here. 31. I have to go now. 32. I must go now. 33. She has to work late. 34. She must work late. 35. We have to hurry. 36. We must hurry. 37. Do you have to leave so soon? 38. Does he have to come? 39. Did they have to pay? 40. I had to walk home. 41. You will have to wait. 42. You don't have to wait. 43. You mustn't wait. 44. You don't have to stay. 45. You mustn't stay. 46. He doesn't have to work, he is rich. 47. He mustn't work, the doctor forbade it. 48. You don't have to eat it if you don't like it. 49. You mustn't eat it, it is poisonous. 50. It is not necessary, so you don't have to. It is forbidden, so you mustn't. Remember, have to and must are the same in the affirmative. Don't have to means it is not necessary. Mustn't means it is forbidden. Optional, or forbidden. Ask the question before you choose. The conditional. The present conditional. It is formed with the auxiliary would, followed by the base form of the verb. Would is the same for every person. Affirmative, she would accept the invitation. Negative, she wouldn't accept the invitation. Interrogative, would she accept the invitation? Interrogative negative, wouldn't she accept the invitation? Would contracts into apostrophe D in the affirmative, and into wouldn't in the negative. The great confusion. Do not mistake the contraction of would for the contraction of had, which builds the past perfect. The first is followed by the base form. The second is followed by a past participle. I'd give her a kiss. This is I would give her a kiss. I'd given her a kiss. This is I had given her a kiss. Uses of the present conditional. In the second type of conditional sentence. If I were you, I would go to the party. To offer and to ask for something. Would you like something to drink? I'd like a Coke, please. The past conditional. It is formed with would have, followed by the past participle. Affirmative, she would have accepted the invitation. Negative, she wouldn't have accepted the invitation. Interrogative, would she have accepted the invitation? Interrogative negative, wouldn't she have accepted the invitation? Uses of the past conditional. To express a possibility that did not come true in the past. He would have bought that laptop, but he didn't have enough money. In the third type of conditional sentence. She would have accepted the invitation if you had asked her. 50 examples. 1. She would accept the invitation. 2. I would go if I could. 3. He would help you. 4. We would stay longer. 5. They would understand. 6. I'd tell you if I knew. 7. She'd never say that. 8. He'd be delighted. 9. We'd rather walk. 10. They'd come at once. 11. She wouldn't accept the invitation. 12. I wouldn't do that. 13. He wouldn't listen. 14. We wouldn't dare. 15. They wouldn't agree. 16. Would she accept the invitation? 17. Would you like a coffee? 18. Would he mind waiting? 19. Would they be interested? 20. Wouldn't she accept the invitation? 21. Wouldn't it be easier by train? 22. Wouldn't you rather stay? 23. If I were you, I would go to the party. 24. If I had time, I would learn Russian. 25. If she asked, I would say yes. 26. Would you like something to drink? 27. I'd like a Coke, please. 28. I'd like to speak to the manager. 29. Would you pass me the salt? 30. I'd give her a kiss. 31. I'd given her a kiss. 32. He'd buy a house if he won the lottery. 33. He'd bought a house before the crisis. 34. She would have accepted the invitation. 35. I would have called you. 36. He would have won easily. 37. We would have come sooner. 38. They would have said nothing. 39. She wouldn't have believed you. 40. I wouldn't have done it that way. 41. Would she First conditional. What it is. The first conditional is a structure for speaking about possibilities in the present or in the future. Things that may happen. Second conditional. What it is. The Second conditional is a structure for speaking about unreal, imaginary situations in the present or in the future. The structure: a main clause and a subordinate if clause. I would buy a big house if I had $1 million. If the if clause comes first, a comma is normally used, although it is not obligatory. If I had $1 million, I would buy a big house. The tenses: if clause, if, plus subject, plus simple past. Main clause, subject, plus would, plus the base form. The strange past of be. This simple past is slightly different from the usual one in the case of the verb be. Whatever the subject, the form is were, not was. If I were rich, I'd buy a big house. If he were here, he would explain. You will hear here was an informal speech, but were is the correct form, above all in the fixed expression if I were you. When we use it for things that are not real, not true, or not possible in the present or in the future. Things that do not happen and will not happen. If I were you, I would drive more carefully in the rain. I am not you. It is not real. Paula would be sad if Jan left. Jan will not leave. It will not happen. If dogs had wings, they would be able to fly. Dogs do not have wings. It is impossible. Instead of would. The Personal pronouns. Two families. Personal pronouns divide into subject pronouns and object pronouns. Subject pronouns. They are always expressed except in two cases. personal IT and their Possessive adjectives and pronouns. The forms. For every person there is an adjective and a pronoun. First person singular, my, and mine. Second person singular, your, and yours. Third person singular feminine, her, and hers. Third person singular masculine, his, and his. Third person singular neuter, its, and its. First person plural, our, and ours. Second person plural, your, and yours. Third person plural, their, and theirs. How they are used. A possessive pronoun stands in place of a noun. Julie's car is red. Mine is blue. A possessive adjective describes a noun and comes before it, like any other adjective. My car is bigger than her car. No apostrophe. There are no apostrophes in possessive adjectives or pronouns. The dog wagged its tail. It is not a possessive. It means it is. It's not my dog. 3. Comparatives and superlatives. What they are. Comparatives and superlatives are special forms of the adjective used to compare two or more things. How they are Adverbial phrases. Choosing the right article. The definite article. The definite article in English is tichi. It is invariable. For both gender and number. The telephone, the woman. The boy. The telephones, the women. The boys. T goes before nouns of any gender and number when they are used in a definite sense,